No one expected this. Not the coaching staff, not the front office, not even the fans who've been burned one too many times by the promise of franchise quarterback. But there he is, Shedeur Sanders, blowing up every assumption the Cleveland Browns ever had about their quarterback room. A fifth-round pick wasn't supposed to be doing this. Not against veterans. Not this fast. If you're into the real story and all the messy twists they don't show on highlight reels, go ahead and subscribe. And if you're sticking around to see how this Browns QB chaos plays out, you should definitely be subscribed. And certainly not with this kind of command, poise, and execution. Yet here we are. Shedeur didn't walk in like a rookie trying to find his place. He stepped onto that field like a man with a plan, like someone who wasn't here to wait. He didn't care about depth charts or contracts. He came to compete, and he's done more than just compete. He's dismantled every expectation. Every snap he takes in first-team reps feels like a shift in power. One perfectly timed throw after another. One adjustment at the line that completely neutralizes a blitz. One audible that breaks the defense. He's not guessing out there. He's dictating. And that's what's terrifying. It's not just that he looks good. It's that he looks prepared. That he looks in control. And when a rookie controls a huddle the way a 10-year veteran does, the entire room takes notice. Veterans don't hand out respect freely, but Shedeur's earned it the hard way. By showing up, staying late, and delivering when it matters. His presence is more than just confidence, it's command. During red zone drills, he moves defenders with his eyes, pulls linebackers out of position with subtle pump fakes, and drops passes exactly where they need to be, like he's playing chess 5 moves ahead. He's not reacting, he's orchestrating. And when he messes up, he owns it. Quickly, quietly, then fixes it. There was one practice where he missed a timing throw. No yelling, no blame. He ran it again. This time, threaded it between two defenders for a touchdown. The defense nodded. The sideline clapped. And the offensive coordinator turned and muttered to an assistant, "This kid doesn't blink." What's more, he's shifting the entire tone of camp. You can feel it in the locker room. The music's louder. The energy is higher. Players are more focused. It's not because the coaches are yelling more or that the pads came on. It's because the offense has found someone they trust. When Shedeur's in the huddle, guys lean in. When he breaks the huddle, they move with purpose. That's leadership, and it's contagious. There's always talk about intangibles when it comes to quarterbacks. You can't measure presence. You can't quantify leadership. But everyone in Berea feels it right now. Shedeur's not just checking boxes. He's redefining what's in the box. The most telling moment so far, it wasn't a touchdown or a big throw. It was during a scrimmage when a blitz broke through clean. Most rookies panic. Instead, Sanders calmly sidestepped the pressure, kept his eyes downfield, and found his check down, turning what should have been a sack into an 8-yard gain. The sideline exploded. Not because it was flashy, but because it was mature. It was smart. It was exactly what a starting quarterback is supposed to do. And that's the part that's becoming impossible to ignore. No one expected a fifth-round pick to walk in and outperform not one, but two veteran quarterbacks. But Shedeur's not here to meet expectations. He's here to blow through them. And he's forcing the Browns into a corner. Because at some point, it won't matter how much money you're paying the guy in front of him. If one player is clearly better, everyone sees it, especially the team. And once the locker room believes in a guy, it's over. You can't go back. You can't unsee a leader emerge. You can't ask men to follow someone else when the answer is already in the room. That's the pressure building behind closed doors. And here's a new wrinkle no one's talking about. Shedeur's game has levels we haven't even seen yet. Right now, he's running the offense the way it's scripted. But what happens when they start installing RPOs? When they let him go tempo? When they build game plans around his strengths, instead of him just running theirs? Because this isn't just about arm talent. It's about processing speed. It's about how fast he sees the field and how quickly he adapts. That's what separates the good from the great in the NFL. And based on the way he's moving through his reads, that ceiling looks sky high. Some players win with athleticism. Some win with brains. Shedeur, he's got both. and it's scaring defensive coaches. Word inside the building is that the defensive staff has already had to adjust their coverages in practice. Why? Because Sanders figured them out too fast. He was calling out blitzes before they even happened, IDing coverages pre-snap, forcing the defense to break tendencies just to try and catch him off guard. That's not supposed to happen with rookies. And yet, he's doing it. You know what's even crazier? He's doing all this without playing a real NFL snap. No preseason reps, no full-speed Sunday chaos. But somehow, he's already making the team around him better. That's the mark of a franchise quarterback. Not someone who needs to be carried, but someone who does the carrying. And while the front office tries to hold the line, keep things calm, maintain a development plan, the tide is turning. Quietly, powerfully, and in a way they won't be able to stop. Because you can't keep the better player off the field forever. Especially when he's the one your players believe in. Especially when he's the one the fans are rallying around. Especially when he's the one making your offense look alive again. The truth? This isn't just Shedeur's moment. This is his movement. Every play he makes is a case for change. Every huddle he commands is a vote of confidence. And every practice rep he nails is another nail in the coffin of the old plan. So what now? Do the Browns cling to the past? Or do they lean into the future that's already unfolding in front of them? Because make no mistake, the quarterback battle isn't theoretical anymore. It's happening. It's real. And if the trend continues, the pressure to start Shedeur will become overwhelming. Not because he's flashy, not because of the name on the back of the jersey, but because he's earned it with his poise, with his preparation, with his precision, with the way he's quietly, methodically, and relentlessly taken over a team that wasn't supposed to be his. Until now. And the most stunning part? He makes it look easy. The tension at Brown's training camp has now shifted from mere quarterback speculation to a full-blown internal storm, one the front office can no longer contain. Every time Shedeur Sanders drops back in practice, there's a quiet ripple across the sidelines, not because people are wondering what he'll do, but because they already know the expectation has changed. No more rookie moments. No more development window. It's become abundantly clear. Shedeur is not playing like someone earning a roster spot. He's playing like someone claiming a franchise. Defensive players are starting to test him in ways that border on desperate. Late blitz disguises, rotating safeties, shifting pre-snap coverages. All the tricks they typically save for Sundays. And yet, Sanders has remained unfazed. In one particular sequence that sent shockwaves to the locker room, the defense rotated from a too-high shell into a robber concept, designed to bait young quarterbacks into misreads. Shedeur calmly ID'd the switch, held a linebacker with a subtle shoulder feint, and delivered a dime down the seam, threading the ball between three defenders. Touchdown. That wasn't just a good play. It was a quarterback making veteran decisions against a top-tier NFL defense. In training camp, as a rookie, some of the team's assistant coaches, guys who've been around for decades, are now whispering the unthinkable. Shedeur isn't just ahead of schedule, he's ahead of the position. It's not about raw talent. It's about comprehension, precision, speed of processing, and above all, leadership. You watch Shedeur work, and it's different. He's in the film room early, before the lights are even on. During special teams drills, he's off to the side with receivers, walking through timing routes in the grass. At lunch, he's with linemen, breaking down protection calls. It's not just performance, it's ownership. It's a quarterback taking full responsibility for the offense, top to bottom. And the Browns? They've never really had that. For years, this franchise has cycled through quarterbacks like names on a whiteboard. Talented guys, gritty guys, high draft picks, free agents. None of them could turn potential into permanence.